Como é que se passa o tempo mesmo? Ia dar para dormir. Tenho uma missão aqui.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself. So few students know who I am these days. Eldritch Diggory, former Minister for Magic and founder of the Aura recruitment program at your service. I believe you can help solve a decades-old murder, thanks to that book you found, and, in particular, its missing pages.
How do you know about the book and the pages?
We portraits hear more than you might suspect, and most of us can keep a secret. So, what say you? Surely a Hufflepuff such as yourself would be inclined to help seek long overdue justice.
This could be right up my street. Even we Hufflepuffs enjoy a good mystery.
Glad to hear you are up to the challenge. Plus, I believe you'll benefit from this undertaking. My great-niece, Helen Thistlewood, can provide you with details. She's retired now, but was a skilled aura in her day. And the unsolved murder of which I speak was her case. I often visit my portrait in her home, in the nearby hamlet of Upper Hogsfield. Shall I tell her to expect you?
How could a few pages of a book help her solve an old case?
A boy disappeared with those pages, but they never found the body. A girl was convicted of his murder nonetheless. It seems those pages could exonerate her somehow. My great-niece can tell you more.
Can you tell me more about your great-niece?
Cream of the crop when it comes to auras. A star pupil here, and then an exemplary servant to the ministry. And her spark hasn't diminished one bit in her retirement. She and I often chat about old cases and our glory days. No offense, but it's nice to get away from the students and converse with someone who's familiar with my legacy.
When were you the Minister for Magic?
Over 100 years ago. 1733 to 1747, to be precise. The stories I could tell you. Didn't have the chance to do all that I could. I was in the midst of reforming Azkaban when my life was cut short by dragon pox. I was sneezing sparks to the bitter end.
I shall go and see her right away.
Brilliant. With what I suspect is your knack for hard work and her keen mind, both mysteries may be solved sooner than you think. I shall see you there, soon I hope.
Calma aí. No meio da noite.
This must be my house chest. I just need to insert the token.
Não vou fazer já. São 16, se não me engano. É 1000? O que é isso? Mais vale ir para o Hogsmeade. Mais vale vir aqui. Fica mais perto.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Bem mais perto.
Revelio. Revelio. This must be the place Minister Diggory mentioned. Helen lives around here somewhere.
Vou já direto para a missão. Depois faço as secundárias.
Here you are. I'm pleased to see you took my advice.
Tenho tempo, ladies.
Madam Thistlewood, I met your great-uncle in his portrait in my common room. He sent me to speak to you.
I'm pleased you came. Uncle Eldritch believes the book you found and its missing pages may be relevant to an unsolved case from my time as an aura.
Very well. I'm listening.
Decades ago, a student named Richard Jackdaw disappeared after going to meet a girl named Anne. They never found his body. When his headless ghost appeared briefly in Hogsmeade, wholly unaware of how he died, Anne was convicted of his murder and sent to Azkaban. It was in large part due to the testimony of a girl called Apollonia Black. Jealous of Anne, I think.
That sounds terrible, but I'm not sure how I can help.
Anne's alibi was somewhat labyrinthine. She said Jackdaw promised her adventure following a map he found on some pages he'd stolen from Peeves.
And you think Peeves ripped those pages from the book I found in the restricted section?
If my great-uncle is to be believed, yes. At least that's what the portraits at Hogwarts suspect. Anne insisted that Jackdaw had asked her to follow the map with him, but only after she solved a series of puzzles he'd prepared. Odd way to woo a girl. She swears she never even solved the first puzzle, so they didn't meet. Jackdaw's ghost vanished almost as soon as he appeared. Without Jackdaw's puzzle, pages, or remains, Anne was sent to Azkaban based solely on Apollonia's spurious testimony.
I don't understand. What can I do to help?
I believe Anne may have solved the first puzzle by now, but after spending time in Azkaban, she's a shadow of her former self. She won't speak to anyone she doesn't trust, and she trusts no one. If you, a student with a connection to the pages, like Jackdaw had, spoke to Anne, she might reveal new information.
Calma aí, ela tá em Azkaban?
What a horrible story. If you think I can help, I'll come with you.
This is wonderful news. You are to be commended for your kindness and bravery. Fortunately, being a retired aura has its benefits. We can apparate right to her.
Nós já fomos a
I've
Azkaban?
escorted ministers, professors, and many others to that blasted place. Never a student, I'll admit, but I will keep you safe.
É esta a missão da Azkaban?
Can you tell me more about Apollonia Black?
Wretched,
bom.
vindictive girl, that one. Apollonia claimed that Anne threatened to kill the boy after he broke her heart. The Black family's power over certain people in the Ministry, along with the fact that Anne is Muggle-born, sealed her fate.
I'd like to know more about Anne.
That poor soul never was the brightest girl, and that lack of wit proved to be her undoing.
I half suspect Jackdaw and Apollonia were merely toying with her. Who could have known he'd end up dead?
She's not held up well in Azkaban. In some ways, she blames me for not proving her innocence. I'd like to clear her name if we can.
You said Jackdaw's ghost appeared briefly, then vanished. Where do you think he went?
I have no idea. Evidently, he was always a bit restless, going on and on about adventure. If I had to guess, he tired of Scotland and is somewhere on the other side of the globe by now.
Yeah, muito bem.
Very well.
Vamos
Let's
bazar.
go.
Steady yourself. We'll apparate together. Don't worry, I've never splinched anyone.
Do take care now, and tread lightly in that horrible place.
We'll be there in but a moment.
A famosa prisão. Lá estão eles, The Minotaurs.
Expecto Patrona! That ought to keep them at bay for now. Though, be aware, you may feel a wave of despair. It will pass.
Thank you for the warning.
This really is a dismal place, but we'll be out of here soon enough. Now follow me.
E
Mind your
podemos andar.
I never thought I'd see the inside of Azkaban for myself.
Nasty dementors. Not even I could convince the Ministry to send them off. There's no need for such monsters.
Ei, não posso fazer rival eu aqui. Nem tenho os spells. Provavelmente não dá para fazer nada. É pena.
Careful around, Anne. She's been here a lot longer.
I had my wand. I'd cast Crucio on the lot of you.
You don't scare me, young cur. I teach you something.
Aqui é a loja das souvenirs. Para levar alguma coisa comigo.
That witch always has a dark cloud over her. I can feel it.
Who's there? Why torment me further?
No one at school's going to believe this.
Now remember, Anne has been here a long time. The Dementors aren't kind. Have patience and speak to her quietly and respectfully.
Are you Anne?
Who's there? Who speaks to me? Is that death finally come for me?
I'm a student from Hogwarts. I found the book that you said would exonerate you.
Ah, the book, the book. No one would look. None of the mages found the pages. Methinks the feckless knave meandered to his cave. My fate was surely sealed in Upper Hoggy Field.
Are you saying that the missing pages are in a cave? Near Upper Hogsfield?
Hogs, field, ruins house, a vault concealed.
A vault in some ruins? Near Upper Hogsfield? I suppose it can't hurt to look.
Can't hurt to look. Go find the pages from your book.
Ellen, know you're here.
Come in closer, be a dear.
What is it, Anne?
Matou a sócia. Assim.
You're hurt.
Go. The cave. You're safe now. You have what you need. I'll be all right once I get...
Matou a sócia só com uma bofa.
But Madam Thistlewood, All right. I'll find it. I'll find Jackdaw's cave. Expelliarmus! Levioso! Accio!
Não sei.
Levioso! Accio! Incendio! This must be the place Anne told me about. No one's been here for ages.
Será que o fantasma do outro ainda continua aqui?
Incendio!
Mas não passa para baixo.
How did you do this, Jackdaw? Revelio. Accio. You'll not outfox me, Jackdaw. Accio. You couldn't outwit me, Jackdaw. Now, where's the clue you left behind?
Queria saber como é que eu vou ali.
Incendio.
Não.
A note from Jackdaw. Anne never found it. So how did he die? Was she to blame at all?
Ih. Então o incêndio não fez nada, mas olha aquilo. Destruiu. LOL.
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle after all these years? Well done indeed. Richard Jackdaw, at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw. I heard you disappeared years ago. You have some explaining to do.
I do? That was my puzzle you solved. What are you doing here?
A retired aura, Helen Thistlewood, told me about a map you stole from Peeves. And then Anne told me about a cave.
You saw Anne? Broke my heart. I had to go on without her. Probably best for her in the end. Dare I ask?
Sem dúvida.
How is she?
Não vou ser bruto.
She was imprisoned in Azkaban for your murder. I fear the Dementors have taken an irreversible toll on her.
What? Azkaban? Oh, poor Anne. I had no idea. I thought she'd written me off. I've been traveling the world for years to mend my broken heart. I came back here only recently. On a whim. I must speak to the aura you mentioned and see how I can help Anne.
I'm glad to hear it. Before you go, would I still be able to find the pages with the map Helen mentioned?
I'm almost certain I dropped them in the cave the moment I was beheaded. They're bound to be mouldering away with the rest of me. Tell you what, meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you precisely where to find them.
Okay.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you lose your head?
I was having a look about when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze, after which I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember. Hence, if you do find yourself in a cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
Helen mentioned Apollonia Black. Did she set up Anne to take the fall?
Have you never met any members of the Black family? They can be rather vindictive. Once Anne showed an interest in me, Apollonia couldn't let it alone. That her own heart had grown cold simply didn't matter.
How is it possible to steal from Peeves? A poltergeist?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He has a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor. Whatever's likely to cause the most chaos. Found them on the floor outside the library where he discarded them. Not my luckiest find, all things considered.
Thank you. I need to find those pages to help a friend.
I shall see you there.
Bem,
Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
vou ver se consigo fazer esta page. Depois vou fazer as side quests. Está na hora de mudar este rope.
I should investigate. It's like a place right out of a storybook.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his here.
Revelio. Incendio. Levioso.
Não vou cair.
Expelliarmus. Revelio.
Sinceramente não sei. E depois fecho.
Upper Hogsfield is being terrorized by Ranrock's loyalists. It's not right.
Ok.
A map. It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it for now.
Então eu faço
I
depois.
couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. Simply at my wit's end.
How did your brother Bardolph end up in St. Mungo's?
Bardolph had spent the entire day hand-picking herbs and roots for us. When a group of Ranrock's lot appeared and demanded the harvest for themselves, Bardolph refused. In their anger, they hurled him against a rock and robbed him. The moment he left St. Mungo's, he vowed revenge. I worry he may be dabbling in magic that he will one day regret.
You said Ranrock's loyalists have set up camp here. Where, precisely?
To the south, across the river. Last I heard, there were several loyalists in each camp. I won't go near them.
Why don't you simply leave the area for now?
Upper Hogsfield is my home. Bardolph and I grew up here. No, we are standing firm. Once my brother returns, then we shall decide what to do next. He's gone to seek Victor Rookwood's advice. I didn't approve of that idea, but perhaps in the end it will help.
Duvido.
I'm unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
Vamos lá tratar dos loyalists. Aquela ponte é familiar.
One of Ranrock's camps. Exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
I don't see myself doing this sort of thing forever, though. Fancy I'll have my wizards and running. I won't rest until you're dead.
É?
Get accustomed. No!
Expelliarmus!
Not quiet enough. Such power. One less human to coming here.
não te vi.
I will make you pay. Stop it! I won't
You only have Ranrock to blame. One camp down, one more to go.
Gear slots full. Gear slots full. Tenho que destruir qualquer coisa então. 9. Vou destruir isto. Não sei como é que os traits depois influenciam. Tenho que ver. Isto é 30. Mas isto tem traits, pois. Mas pronto, por enquanto. Parece de Quidditch, yeah, competitive. Só podia. Aproveitava a mudar aqui a minha aparência. Aqui um Dark Arts.
You will regret coming here. I'm gonna avenge your death. I will make you pay. Always on the defense. I won't rest.
Não consegui.
There you are. I won't rest. I will make you pay. I won't rest.
Oh, gear slots.
Both camps cleared. Madam Beaumont will be glad to hear that.
Check it. E claro que um roll mais alto.
Revelio.
E umas luvas mais altas também.
Revelio.
Não deve ter mais nada aqui. Deve ser bestas. Se tiver aqui uma loja era bacana. Assim vendia já as coisinhas que eu não preciso. Definitivamente vou começar a fazer cortes.
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
I do miss the bustle of business. Poor...
Hello, Madame Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
I managed to catch them off guard.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
What do you have for sale?
Perfeito, é mesmo ela que vai,
What are you looking for exactly? Thank you.
vai me aliviar aqui
Sincerely.
o peso.
Marvellous. I could always use more of these.
É, então levas todos. Só não levas a lendária. Certeza que eu consegui mais dinheiro por noutros sítios, mas
Thank
pronto.
you for passing through.
Revelio.
Bardo Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.